ironically, I was watching the videos that are coming up in the next couple days that are going to be posted, right? And shit, this is good. I ain't going that way. But Jesus, these people live on a dirt road from hell. Yes, it is the right way. Thank God. I'm going to Little Flock now. It says I have 11 minutes, so I can make this video. But I wanted to talk about, if I can remember this movie, because it was on a video that was private. Like, I was talking about some stuff that I wouldn't want on YouTube. So I figured, well, I'll remake a video for that. But ironically, I am doing in Bentonville County. I'm working Spark now. Like, I did DoorDash, and okay, I was like, dude, if I make $25 a week as $100 a month for DoorDash, that would go to my chime, which works for my emergency fund. That's really great. Now, remember last week I only had $20, right? Like, so I was like, shoot, that means I need to do 30 to this week to actually make 25 into $5, right? And I've definitely passed that. Okay, I've definitely made more than $30 already with DoorDash. And it was kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie, it was really nice. And like I said, I'm working in my area, which I love because, but I was like, dude, I need to still figure out how to do that with, I want to say, oh God, okay, can I follow these roads, hopefully? Well, I went the wrong way, apparently. Fuck. I gotta turn around. Okay, this place is dead. Yeah, I went the wrong freaking way because all these stupid ass roads are kind of weird. They're very weird. Alright. Anyway. Holy shit. Oh shit. I am not going off that edge right there. That'd be fucked up. Alright. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. Which I'm going to try to remember to see if I can find the GMD, how much how many miles I had, how much it was paying, and how much the tip was, And this one was the same damn way. Like, that's what I'm saying. It was 5 drop-offs, right? 2 are GMDs, 3 were groceries, which I just dropped off all 3 groceries, right? And yeah. And luckily, one of them was an apartment, and it said 203, but it was actually a little senior citizen area. So it was really more like a, I don't know, a duplex, but not really a duplex, Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like all downstairs, okay? And it was more like an address number than so you just find a house with the number on it, which was 203. Ooh, raw milk. Holy shit. Let's kill ourselves, why don't we? Okay. Did I say I was going to Pea Ridge? Because that was Little Flock. I'm going to Pea Ridge. Then I'm going back to Bentonville. The last stop is in Bentonville. Anyway, this one, I don't remember. It was $30-some, and it was only 25 miles, okay? Which I thought was pretty good. But what I didn't really like is that because of 3 groceries, it's a lot of tip. Like, the tip is supposed to be big. So I may only get, I don't know how much. Like, let's just say I get $11 and the rest is tip, okay? I don't know. That's not correct, but it's like that, okay? I was like, shit. But I just kind of hungry. I need some money to eat and stuff. And I'm not using my DoorDash money because I want that to go to my chime for my emergency fund. So that's why now it's going to be Spark. But that's a whole nother thing to talk about, so that's that, okay? But yeah, so this one, I like the $30-some and the 25 miles, it's not great. I just learned to deal with it, okay, with what you call. Plus, working in Benton County, like I said, the weather's are worse. They're worse than Springdale. I prefer Springdale to this area. But, I don't know, I've just been working it this week, so what can you do? It's just where I'm at, But yeah, I'm like, how can I get Grubhub and Uber making some money every day, and the stuff. So I'm going to work on that too. But I don't know if I'm going to take another order before I get food, or I'm going to try and transfer this money over and feed myself, because that's all. I'm like, I'm hungry. So my brain just doesn't know what to do. And I have $10 on me in cash, but I don't want to spend that. I'm kind of wanting to put that in my cash envelope system, okay? Because I need to beef that sucker up, because I'm way the hell behind because I stole money from it. And you know how it is. That's what happens. I get money, I spend it. I get money, I spend it. I'll never make my cash envelope thing. It's just never going to happen. I'm gonna try, okay? I'm gonna try, because that's all I can do. Try on any of this shit. But let's go back to that thing I wanted to talk about before I forget. It was called, well, I don't know what it was called, I don't remember anymore, but it's a true story about this Amish stud, okay, that basically he knew he was hot. He knew he was an item. And apparently when he was, when they're young and they go out into the real world and stuff, he sinned, apparently. He must have been sinning, right? Because, I don't know, he goes and marries this girl, right? This lady, he's an Amish, but he still cheats on her, like with outside women. And what he does, because he doesn't want to work. He's one of those guys that wants to be taken care of, So, but then he is somehow trying to take care of these women, too. I don't know. Because, okay, I remember there was bits and pieces where he was like, he moved. I think he did leave his wife for a little bit to move in with this lady, and then he was pretty much mooching off her. You know what I mean? Expecting her to pay for their lifestyle, whatever. And but there was one lady that supposedly he was stealing from this money that he might have been earning to to feed his own Amish children and his he was giving it to this lady who was a single mother because he wanted to sleep with her, but she didn't want to sleep with him until he was divorced and they got married and blah blah blah, right? So she was like, no way, we're not doing it. So he was really chasing her hardcore, for some reason, okay? But but then he was also sleeping with this lady who taxied him around. She taxied the Amish people for money. So he would get free rides by sleeping with her. And she was not attractive at all. This is what I said on the video. And so she, he was like, she was way the hell out of his league. And but she had a husband, and her husband was supposedly a good husband. Like I said, we don't really know much about the husband except that he was home, he was faithful, he was, doing what he was supposed to do, maybe making money. She called him slow, like, oh, he's slow, he's kind of, whatever. So she didn't think that much of her husband. But, and then this guy who was hotter than whatever, giving her attention, sleeping with her and shit like that. Of course she's like, oh yeah, she was in paradise, I guess, in whatever fantasy world, right? And anyway, he did get her to kill his wife, so she later goes to jail for this. And when her husband finds out all this shit, he basically obviously doesn't stay with her. Why would he? Why would he? He was being a good guy till finds out his wife's cheating on him and this and that, and killed some woman for another man. So yeah, she screwed herself there, but I mean, it's understandable. But like I said, the whole point was like, and then that, of course, he's like living still in la la land, that Amish stud, because he goes to jail and he starts already sweet talking the lady in charge of him, because apparently they have women, wardens or whatever the hell. So yeah, he got her to give him something or whatever, so you can tell that's how good he is. That's how hot he is. He's hot enough to get what he wants from women based off his looks, which is ironic. But yeah, it was an interesting story. I'm sure he's out of jail by now, but goodness gracious, it is what it is. But I feel sorry for his poor wife, you know what I mean? She ended up getting killed because he was a jackass, and I don't know. I don't quite understand why he couldn't have just divorced her, stayed divorced, left her. Why did he have to kill her? I can't really remember that. You know what I mean? Maybe because he was going to get kicked out of the Amish community that apparently he still for some reason wanted to stay in. I don't know. I just have no idea. But I can't. Like I said, it's been too long since I saw this movie. No, but it was good. It was definitely an interesting movie. This is the kind I like these kind of movies, so it's very interesting. Anyway, that's all I have to say about the Amish movie, because like I said, I cannot remember shit except a little bit what was told in the video, and that's all. So that's it. But yeah, so it is Friday. I want to say Saturday. No, it's not Saturday. And like I said, I got this drop off, which is a GMD, and then the last GMD, and then I don't know. Then I guess I'll peek and see how much money I have in my account. So I was like, can I eat, or do I have to wait? And then I was like, what do I want to eat? Because yesterday I had McDonald's. was like, but McDonald's kind of actually sounded good again, which is sad. I'm like, Johanna, you need to stop eating. Oh, no. I take that back. It wasn't McDonald's I had yesterday. I think McDonald's was the day before. I had Hawaiian Brothers yesterday because I made a video about it too. Oh, duh. And I still have leftovers. So the leftovers I put in the fridge. I was like, I was going to eat it for breakfast, but I didn't, you know? I'm kind of regretting that. I was like, ooh. But later on, I can have my Hawaiian Brothers. I don't know. I think the reason is I want to be cheap. I'm trying not to spend too much freaking money. And this breaks my thing. Because I remember I said I was going to try and do a whole, like, only eat Walmart stuff, like groceries and things like that. Stop eating out. And then here I am going, I need food. I want food. This is definitely not a special thing. So, see, this is how easy it is for me to break what I say. Because I'm like, oh no. Because I haven't stopped at a Walmart really to get a drink, like a soda from the, whatever, like a little soda, whatever, 20 ounce. And then I could, get something else? Oh, all right, I got to go now. All right, bye.